Hey guys, one more day. I'm gonna talk to you about doing things with DEIMS configuration this time, and we are gonna talk about the slideshow, that little sort of carousel of slides that makes it all snazzy, and it kind of shows highlights about your LTR site or your ecological node or your group, really. It's really flashy, but there is many questions about how to configure. And of course, in Drupal, there are 1,000 ways how to do that. I'm going to explain how we did it and what you need to know if you want to change it or you want to tweak it or you want to look for problems, things like this. I don't want to take a lot of your time today. So let me go right away to the screen share and show you what I want to do. Send to everyone. All right, so here I have this site, is the concept ready LTR, and it has this slideshow, right? There is this right in the middle, the slides rotate, and there is a little caption. And if you press in the caption, you will go to the actual slide. You could go to other place, but right now is configured in a way that you see a nice picture and just a tiny bit of a title, and that's all it is. One thing that frequently comes out is, hey, how you do this caption or this overlay? And there is not a lot of magic to it. All it is a thing that most of the developers are not very familiar, or don't really love, which is manipulating the cascading style sheets, the CSS file that deals with that. But let's just before I talk about this overlay, let's just go quickly through the general stack. There are two modules, or actually three modules at play here to make this work. One is well, there is more than three, but three essential modules. The one is views slideshow, so which depends on views, right? So views slideshow, it is a module that can allow you to create those views, right? So that creates a slideshow. It basically is here and it's already enabled, and it depends on views, of course. There are other two modules that are needed here. One is the flex slider, which make the slideshow or the carousel responsive, and so that is to say, it will allow you to have a show that that will resize as needed, whether you're hitting the website with your mobile device, with your tablet or your phone or your big desktop. So the flex slider is needed right here. And then I have another module here. It's called the flex slider views slideshow. It has an ominous message saying not functional, blah, blah, blah. It is not true. It works. I mean, it might have some bugs here and there, but for what I need, it does really work. And what it does, it provides a styler in the view. So once you have that stack of modules, flex slider, views slideshow, views slideshow, then you can enable all of them. And what it is, you need to do a view. And in addition to that view, I made a content type. And my content type is called slides. And these are the individual slides that show in the slideshow. And what do they have? What components this slide has? It has a title, and it has images. And those images are shown in the context of views with a landscape kind of a scale ratio. So wider and wider and taller. And don't worry about the image. Once you upload an image or a slide into the using the node framework, the add content slide, don't worry about the size of your image. You can you will choose your title and you will choose an image, any given size. Drupal will resize that accordingly. It will crop it and resize it. All right, so that is the content type that I created. The slides content type only has the title, the building title, and an image field that I'm reusing from other content types. The next thing you need is actually create a view. And this is a place at the top. I'm going to show you my blocks, and you'll see this slideshow block. You see it is placed right here in the header region of these picture reloaded sub theme that we are using. So in the header region, we have a view, which is the slideshow view, and it is configured to only show in the front page. You see, it has no title and is configured to only be displayed at the front. We don't want the slideshow to appear in any other pages. It's just in the splash in the landing page. So, okay, so now you know that it is a block that is made using the views framework. I'm gonna show you the view by going to the edit view. All right, I'm gonna show you what I did in here. So there is a title, although it's irrelevant, and it's a type. The type of view is a block. Like I cannot stress that enough. And I guess there are two fields that I'm using: the images and the title. Notice the order. First comes the image and then the title. And also the other important thing is the format. The format is of type slideshow, and it has some settings to it. It has the type of slides are using the flex slider framework, and the rest are all defaults. Okay, so the settings for the format are very simple. The defaults, except that is getting the flex slider type. And in the images, like I said, we are choosing the image style slideshow, which is kind of landscape, like wider than taller. And it is using the formatted image, and in this case, the image is not linked to anything. Okay, so that's the field image, which comes from the content type slides that I explained a minute ago. I'm using a filter for this view. I only want content of the type slides from this content type. So any node that is of this type will appear here. I do not have any sorting criteria, nor I do use a pager, so I don't use more than 10 slides at a time in the carousel. That can be tweaked to your needs. And here is one of the most interesting things, how you do the overlay and all that. So in this field, the title, which contains the caption for the slide, what I'm doing here is I'm using the feature that is called read-write results. And I'm using, I'm clicking this checkbox, which says rewrite the output of this field. And I'm entering this in the text, and I'm entering some HTML. So I'm entering a div with this ID, transparency. And also I'm entering another ID with another div with the ID home slide content. And inside a div, I render the actual contents of the field title, because this is a token that is available in here, right? So you can see in replacement patterns is going to show you that this token is the content, the title content of this node. This slide node. So the magic appears on how it is rendered this as a semi-transparent, and it all is happening in these referred divs. And so I have a CSS in my theme that has the conditions or the actual positioning and the colors and all that in there. I'll note that this might be linked to the original piece of content, to the slide, and that's all it is. You can find, the last thing is you can find your, let me see, I can show you several places. You can find the fix to that, let me see, in GitHub, I have LTR DEIMS. I have several places where you can see the CSS changes to those, so you display the overlay. Let's see if I can find them here for you, so I show you. So I'm gonna go here to the themes, pixel reloaded. All right, so I go to the themes, and in these, you see, remember how we refer to the home slide content P on the paragraph? So this is what we do. We specify the properties, the background color, and this refers to the transparency level, and the font size, and the actual position, right? It's absolute, and how it's relative to the bottom, and the maximum width, that is how much spans that overlay box. And so you can tweak things here in home slide content and home slide content H2. This would be the type of the color of the title, how it's white, and also where it is located. There is so that's all there is to it. You can, of course, what I would suggest is if you want to tweak a little bit and play, use the built-in Chrome developer tools. Let me see, and explore a little bit the properties here, and try to tweak them by, so with the selector, you select here, and then you go to the box and then just check out the styles and change the properties here, and then put those back whenever you made your tweaks. The things will be translated immediately. When you have a set of property values that you are most comfortable with, bring those to the DEIMS theme CSS file. That's pretty much it for this. There are other styles. So I have much more elaborate slideshows with more stuff in the CSS, and links to other, this field might be linked to other pages, not just the title of this slide. That's all. All right, guys. So I am going to check out. All right, stop sharing, stop broadcast. Bye.